Guys, I watched the reveal of the new Nintendo Online. I don't know, maybe it was me in the moment. I was too excited for the Sega N64, but man, now that I'm thinking about, I'm seeing like the family price is $80, man. Whew. Whew. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Yeah. The problem with the online service, in my opinion, this is me. In the moment, I was so excited for N64 and Sega Genesis, but let's see. Realistically speaking, like the online service is not good. Nintendo's online service is not good, man. It's not on par with PlayStation or Microsoft. They really need to fix their infrastructure. The best way for me and my friends to play Nintendo games and communicate with each other in an easy way without having to use the Nintendo Online. Now, keep in mind, the Nintendo Online app is not compatible with every single Switch game you play that has online. It's only for a select few, like Monster Hunter, Mario Kart, stuff like that, Smash Brothers. So we end up using Discord to communicate and play games that are not a part of Nintendo's app through the phone, which sucks that you have to go through that. The fact that you even have to go through another application or device separate from the console is just, it's not right. It's not right. As far as me upgrading to the N64 and Sega stuff, I'm probably going to do it. I'm not happy that I'm probably going to do it, but it depends what the library looks like, man. But I don't know. The more I look at it, I'm just like, do I even have enough time to play these games, you know? Do I have enough time to play the N64 and the Sega Genesis games? No, not really. Hell, I just bought Contra Collection and Castlevania Collection not too long ago. And Contra Hard Corps was one of the games I got excited for with the Sega Genesis stuff. And now I already own it, so I'm like, technically I own a physical copy of that too. So, I mean, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm probably just gonna stick with my $20 subscription. I'm really excited that they are implementing N64 and Sega Genesis, but the most I thought it would be like $35. 30 would have been reasonable. $29.99. We'll round it up to 30. It's $30. But 30 would have been reasonable. 35 would have been the limit. $50. I think in my reaction I was like, dude, I would pay like $50 for the service. But I think that was just me just overly excited for N64 and Sega Genesis. And now that I'm realistically looking at it, I'm like $30 more for a generation that I've already been a part of, that I already played most of these games. And there are other ways to play it, especially if you own the games, like emulation. You know, it's fine, especially if you own a physical copy of those games. Emulation is not illegal. So the fact that, you know, they're charging $30, man, is just unacceptable. It's outrageous. And if you got a family, it's $80 more. I mean, it's $60 more. That's just ridiculous, man. I cannot believe that Nintendo thinks that their service is worth the value of PlayStation Plus. You know, at least with PlayStation Plus, you get 3 games a month, especially if you're a PS5 user. You get a PS5 game, you get 2 PS4 games, I believe. Every month, that stays in your library. And these are more bigger games, you know, as far as content value. These aren't games that you'll probably beat in an hour. Hell, even some N64 games you could run through in like 3 hours. You know, I think not too long ago we got Final Fantasy VII Remake for free. Well, technically not for free, but you know what I'm saying, through the PlayStation Plus service, man. We got Final Fantasy VII Remake, PS4 version, through PlayStation Plus. Nintendo, if they're gonna do this, give people Smash Brothers, man. Give us Mario Kart. Give us Animal Crossing. Give us Breath of the Wild. That game has been out since launch. Like, add that for free to the service. Give us some value, because if you go to a GameStop, you go to a Target, you go to a Walmart, you shop online, most of these first party titles cost around $50 or still $59.99. Sometimes you can find a deal for them for $39.99, but still they're very expensive games, and they've been out since, like, Breath of the Wild's been out since the beginning, and you still look at most retail stores probably chopped it down like $10. It's like $50, right? And like Target usually has it for $39.99 on sale sometimes. But still, these are games that they're charging way too much for, because they're first party titles. Just give it to people who sign up for the $50 service. Give us more value for paying this additional $30, because I think $30 is way too much for N64 and Sega Genesis game. It's just way too much. It's way too much for most games that you're gonna beat in like an hour, maybe 3 hours. You know, the value is just not there for these older titles. Like, there are some N64 games I would be excited to have through the service, but I'm gonna look at it and be like, man, I beat this game over and over. Especially as Sega Genesis games. Sega Genesis games like Streets of Rage, like, me and my cousins would beat those games over and over and over. Those are short games. You can beat those real quick. And I just don't see the value in it, man. Especially their track record for releasing stuff through the Nintendo Online service. Like, the games that we have been getting, like Super NES games and original Nintendo games, like, it started good, but it started lacking in the end. Like, the games that we were getting were just like, what is this? Why are we getting this? You have way more bigger titles, bigger name titles, hell, even under your first party house, that you're not releasing through this service. Super Nintendo and Nintendo games. There are a lot of games that Nintendo themselves have made that we have yet to see through Super Nintendo and Nintendo. It just makes no sense. If they would have added Game Boy Color and GBA to it, they would have been like, we got N64, we got GBA, we have Game Boy Color and Game Boy / Game Boy with Sega Genesis. Then I would have been like $50. Woo! What a deal! Because we're not just getting N64 and Genesis games, but we're possibly getting 2 more games from Game Boy or Game Boy Color or GBA. We're getting 3 more games. Excuse me. We're getting 5 games a month. You look at that. What is that? $5 a game, $5 in what? In 50 cents or whatever, or change, whatever, per game. That's not bad. We got an additional $30. But then there's the gamble. You don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know where you're gonna get. It's like when they were doing Smash reveals. You didn't know what character it's gonna be. There was speculation. Some people wanted Goku. You know, some people wanted Dante from Devil May Cry. It's all a gamble, man. Sora? You know, not too many people were interested in playing Sora. Nobody cared for the Kingdom Hearts game. Not too many people cared for the Kingdom Hearts game. Like, a lot of people tell you the truth, a lot of people play the first Kingdom Hearts, thought it was great. Played the second one, it was like, it's kind of losing me. third one, it was mixed. Like, some people liked it, some people were like, oh, it's a little too late. I've moved on. Yeah, yeah. I think Sora's great, man. I mean, you got. I thought Sephiroth would have been a even huger drop, in my opinion, but you balance a little bit of that dark with some light. Sora's pure heart, you know, he's a good, you know, like the superhero, you know, of Kingdom Hearts, you know, that makes sense to end with a good guy, or a face, and let's put it in wrestling terms, a face character, not a heel, you know. But yeah, I'm not paying. Even though I was super excited for the N64 and Sega Genesis stuff, if I'm telling you, it's either give us old Switch games, first-party Switch games like Mario Kart or Breath of the Wild. They're probably not going to do Mario Kart because Mario Kart is still one of the biggest selling games. Like, I watched some of these news updates and stuff about what's the highest selling games, what are people buying nowadays between PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo. It's always Mario Kart is at the top of the list, like the top 5. Yeah, I bet when the OLED came out, bunch of people got Mario Kart, right? Bunch of people got Mario Kart. But oh, I never did hit the record button. There we go. Hit the record button for the raw gameplay. I'll do that after this rant. But anyways, yeah, man, I don't see the value in it right now to spend $30. I was hoping that was gonna be like 35. The fanboy in me was like, whatever I would buy, I'd pay for it. But that's the problem. The fanboy, when we get fanboy or fangirl, you know, when we see something, we're like, oh my god, and we just spilling our guts, our heart all over, you know, gushing all over whatever, you know, Nintendo produces. We need to take a step back afterwards, you know, give it like a week or two when the hype died down, and really think back at our reaction. Was that reaction just because, you know, nostalgia, or was it or you know, we just need to take a step back and really process the information being sent to us. Because all the neurons, it's like when you play a mobile game, you get that gold character. You're like, oh my god, yes, finally! You know? I get Trunda Guilt Mallet in Raid Shadow Legends. Yeah! Want that dwarf character for a long time. Let's go, I finally got her. I never did get that character. That was one of the characters that I wanted. When I played Raid Shadow Legends. But yeah, man, it's like that, man. They just fired that tingling sensation in our brains. But some of us, you know, we saw it for what it was. Like, oh my god, okay, how much is this gonna cost? In that moment, I was just gushing all over it. But you need to take a step back and just, oh god, how much will this cost? I hope it's not gonna cost over $50. Even though in that video I was like, I don't care how much it is. Me being an adult, you know, I'm just like, whatever, I'll buy it regardless. Me being a fanboy, fan man, whatever. What I need to do is just take a step back and just be like, no. And that's what I'm doing right now. I saw the video, I saw the price, and I'm like, I thought about it, like $30. And then what made it even more sense, I looked at the comments like, yeah, let me pay $50 for a service that barely works online when you play Smash Brothers or what have you. You know, I'm just like, it makes sense. It totally makes sense. Even I'm looking through the video before I read the comments, I'm like, I kind of thought it was gonna be like $34.99 tops, $35. and then maybe they'll add GBA, Game Boy Color, maybe Sega Dreamcast, and then it'll probably go up to like 40 or something. Who knows? I'm just very disappointed. If Nintendo's online service was actually good, like really good, like if I play Smash and it doesn't feel like shiz when I play it online, then I'd be like, yeah, sure, because I'm paying for a quality service. But the problem is that Nintendo Online is not a quality service. That does not, we do not deserve to pay. We do not need to pay. Deserve. We do not need to be paying a premium for crap service. I'm sorry that as a fan of Nintendo and their games, I gushed all over Metroid Dread. A lot of us gushed over Metroid Dread. Big ups to Metroid Dread. I hope it's going to make everybody's game of the year because that game is freaking phenomenal. It reminds me of old school Metroid. We just gotta, we can't accept this anymore, man. Just like when people, like I already moved off of Xbox Live. I was on Game Pass, and I am on Game Pass, but I'm now doing it on PC. I don't have an Xbox anymore. Some of you know that. But like people were still playing Xbox Live, using Xbox Live for the games of gold or whatever, and they haven't moved over to Xbox Game Pass. And you know, they were like, why is Microsoft trying to get rid of Xbox Live and have us pay for Game Pass? No, I don't wanna. You know, and people spoke out, and it's like, no, this is unacceptable. And what happened? You know, Microsoft flipped the switch. It was like, okay, never mind, scratch that. I think Sony tried to do that too, or are attempting to do that or something. What they tried to shut down what Vita and PlayStation 3 store or whatnot. And now they're like, oh, in order for you to buy games now, you have to have, you can't link your PayPal or your credit card or anything. Now you have to have an actual PSN card. So they still being, you know, shady and trying to get people to stop, you know, buying. Why would you want to stop people from buying from your marketplace? That doesn't make sense. Corporations, I don't know. I think Microsoft just really, in my eyes, have a better deal. I mean, yeah, it costs yearly a little bit more than the $60 a year. What is it, $120 a year if you just do PC Game Pass? But the amount of content you get for that $10 a month, like there isn't one point in a month where you're gonna be like, there isn't a game here for me. There's 100 games, and as soon as you don't like one, just move over to another game. Just be like, oh, I'll try this game out. There's 100 games, man. Like, if you was to play one game per day that month, you wouldn't even play it, wouldn't be able to play every game, right? Because usually when they rotate the games out, it's like, oh, we'll rotate 12 games out and add 12 other games in, or something like that. Whether it's Game Pass PC or Xbox One or Series, they always rotate the games out, which is awesome. I love that, man. I think Xbox is on the right path as far as a online service where you get enough content for your value. I look at $120 on Xbox Game Pass, and I'm like, yes, that's an amazing deal, because it's 100 games. 100 games to play, so it's like $1 a game, and then you technically paying $20 extra, right, for the service, yeah, right? If you was to buy every single one of those games, it'd be a lot more. But if you look at each of those games as like $1, you know, it's pretty much paying for itself, you know. Yeah, Microsoft is doing a phenomenal job, in my opinion. Values there, and Sony's doing okay. I mean, the games have been interesting, some of them. This month was not too impressive, but like I said, Final Fantasy, I got that. You know, I got Virtual Fighter, the new remastered Virtual Fighter. I was like, oh hell yeah, that's sweet. I'll do that. And then as an early adopter of the PS5, I got a bunch. I got like the PlayStation Collection, which is like 20 PlayStation games or so. Yeah, it's not bad. And like I said, like I'm usually playing like newer games. I rarely have time to go back and play older games. Like me and Tommy are playing older co-op games right now, and yeah, look at this now. Now that I finished Metroid Dread and Back 4 Blood, I'm coming back to Monster Hunter Rise, and I'm gonna finish this game and then go back and possibly finish God Eater 3. Like, I haven't played that game in a while, and then we got one more case for Phoenix Wright trilogy. So what I'm looking at now is that, do I even need to pay for these services anymore? And maybe I'll just pay for Xbox and just drop PlayStation and Nintendo, because I don't really have time to play these old Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis games. I have a backlog of games that I need to play here. I still got Devil May Cry 5 that I played a little bit of, but I never finished it. I bought it for PS5 because I traded in Godfall. That game needed to get out of my collection, and it paid for my Devil May Cry. And that's just been sitting there. I got a bunch of PS4 games. I bought when my PS5 came out because I didn't have a PS4. So I bought a bunch of PS4 games for cheap around, you know, holiday season at GameStop. They had a sale where you get like 10 games for 20 bucks or something like that. They're not like amazing games, but some of them are pretty good. Like, I got Medieval, you know, which was a part of that deal. So it is what it is. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, and then make sure I hit the record button for the raw gameplay, because yeah. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the Nintendo, the new Nintendo online service. Is it a great value? No. Is it a great service? No. Am I gonna buy it? No. I'll stick with my $20 a year until I see more from Nintendo, until I see a quality service. Like, that's one thing I really want. If I could play Smash Brothers online, that's one of the reasons why I stopped playing Smash Brothers online. And that's why whenever I see my brother playing Smash Bros, I'm like, dude, plug me in, give me one of those wired controllers, let's play, because I don't like the latency in Smash Brothers. Like, make your online service better, and maybe more people will want to pay for it. Simple as that. I don't. You can't just constantly take money from us just because of nostalgia, because we're gonna wise up and we're not gonna line those pockets of yours. Simple as that. So I'll keep my $20, because $20 just to play Monster Hunter and stuff online, and then I got you know, benefits of Super Nintendo and Nintendo stuff that I have not even touched really. You know, that's fine. But additional $30 for what? For games I won't be able to get to anytime soon because I'm so damn busy with work and other things going on in my life. Yeah, no. No, thank you. That's another thing I like about Xbox. Whenever I don't want to pay for a month, I just deactivate. You know, oh snap! Back 4 Blood coming out, $10. Boom, put me on that service. You know, hey, Halo Infinite, $10. Put me on that service. You know, I play when I'm ready to play at a better value for games that have just released. So, but you know, it's so cheap that I'm just like, whatever, $10 a month. Even if I don't play anything, I'm still getting value. If I beat one $60 game, I'm still getting the value for, you know, 6 months. You know, God, I really think Microsoft is killing it when it comes to their service. Anyways, I'll be right back. Gotta go to the bathroom. But I think I might cut this out of my stream, like download my stream and then re-upload this Descent thoughts on the new Nintendo Online Service Premium, whatever it's called. Don't buy it. Do not support it. I'm not supporting it. I think I'm taking even a bigger stand because I really want that Sega controller and N64 controller. I'm not doing it. Not anymore. Because why would I buy it just for it to sit on my shelf when I already have a Sega Genesis? I have like 3 Sega Genesis controllers. I even have the Sega Genesis arcade stick, the fight stick, the joystick, and the like 6 buttons. I'm good. I don't need to spend $50 for some controllers that I'm not even paying for a service for. I still have my N64 controllers. Keep in mind some of the joysticks don't work, but I still have them. You know, they're in great conditions besides the joysticks. I think 2 of them actually work, but I got like a graveyard of them, like 6 of them or 7 N64 between me and my dad. I'm not gonna spend it. Do better, Nintendo. Do better. Better value. It's my money. I spend it how I want. A wise man once said. All right. I'll see y'all in a little bit. I gotta go to the bathroom. Later.